Hi everyone. Hope everyone's staying safe out there during the quarantine. This is Kim from For All Handkind at MacArthur Center. Of course, we're currently closed due to the quarantine, but I thought it'd be fun to show you one of my own artistic practices for making paper. All right, let's go in the back and check out my setup.
Here's what you'll need: a blender, shredded paper, a bucket for soaking the shredded paper, a shallow bin, a mold and decal. I actually made mine from 2 identical frames, some duct tape, industrial staples, and some mesh screen. And pressed glass or heavily textured plastic.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is take a little bit of that paper that's been soaking inside that bath and put it into the blender. And we're gonna go ahead and blend it up. And it's important that you hear that the motor is not struggling. All right, let's go ahead and pour that in. You can see it's a nice soft texture. And we are ready to pull a sheet of paper. All right, here's the fun part. So we're gonna take our mold and decal. So we're gonna sandwich all these 3 layers together. Hardware cloth on the bottom, the metal screen in the middle, and then that mold on the top. And then we're gonna submerge it all the way down into our bath. And we're gonna pan around for some paper gold. So I'm gonna come up nice and gently and then let that water run off the edge. All right, for this step, I like to use the edge of my bath. I'm gonna slowly lift off the top edge of that mold and decal, and you can see we have a nice little rectangle of paper pulp, and that's what I meant by the top area is gonna define what the shape of your sheet of paper will look like. So I'm gonna set it down, and then I'm gonna use a scrap piece of towel. This is just one of those microfiber towels. You can really just use anything. I've even used paper towels in a pinch before, and I'm gonna lay it down on top of that freshly pulled sheet of pulp, and then very gently I'm gonna go ahead and use a sponge to kind of press down and squeeze out the rest of that water. Now that we're done squeezing out the excess water, I'm just gonna very gently pull back this top towel, and you can see, again, just a nice little sheet of rectangular paper pulp, and we're gonna be able to mold this now. Now that we squeezed out all the excess water, we're going to gently pull the top sheet away from that middle piece of screen here so that we can mold it on top of a piece of pressed glass. Gently coax the edge off of that middle screen and really try to pull it off as one whole unit. Beautiful, that looks great. And I'm just gonna gently try to kind of set it down as a whole piece, and then I'm gonna very gently start to pat down that piece of freshly pulled paper onto the glass. And you can see I'm just using the pads of my fingers and pressing very gently. That's it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to learn about my process and paper making. Thank you to the Neon Arts District for producing this content and supporting artists. And please stop by our shop online, forallhandkind.com, to see other original works by local Hampton Roads artists.